Attention all Formula One fans, big news just in. Daniel Ricciardo, the popular Aussie driver, might be on the verge of losing his F1 seat. Rumours are swirling that he's eyeing a return to Red Bull Racing, but his performances at Visa Cash App RB haven't been up to scratch. In a recent podcast called Formula for Success, Eddie Jordan delves into this tricky situation for Ricciardo. What could this mean for his future in the fast-paced world of Formula One? Let's not waste any time. So let's dive into this video today to know all the details. After leaving McLaren, Ricciardo returned to Red Bull Racing in 2023 as their third driver. He did well and replaced Nyck de Vries at AlphaTauri halfway through the year. However, in the races since then, especially in 2024, Ricciardo hasn't shown he's as good as before. He rejoined the sport with AlphaTauri, now called RB, in mid-last year. He talked openly about his dream to return to Red Bull someday. Red Bull has yet to confirm its future plans, with Sergio Perez's contract ending in 2024. Ricciardo aims to secure a seat with them again. However, just 2 races into his new journey, Ricciardo ignored any speculation about his future. He put all his effort into RB and helping the team improve on the racetrack. When asked about rumours linking him back to Red Bull, where he had success from 2014 to 2018, Ricciardo dismissed them. He knows his role in the team and understands that if he performs exceptionally well, it could lead to new opportunities. "I don't buy into any of the stories, if you will," he said. "I know my position in the team and I know what, let's say, some potential things that could happen if I do very well. But it's like everything, any team you're with, if you have a really strong season, it could lead to maybe something different or increase your position where you currently are. It's always our objective to do the best we can. I think whatever happens will happen or can happen." Ricciardo remains focused on giving his best performance and leaving the future to unfold naturally. "My objective is to drive this car as good as I can. Now, getting back into a car, I'm definitely not looking too far ahead. Am I thinking about the Red Bull seat that you speak of? No. I know if I do some really good results, that can potentially present itself. It's not something I think about because 12 months ago I wasn't in this position. I didn't know if I would be back in this position, so I just take it weekend after weekend." Now, 34 years old and with nearly 250 Grand Prix races under his belt, Ricciardo shared how he's learned the importance of ignoring rumours and distractions in Formula One, especially regarding the driver market. "There will always be some whatever going around," he explained. "I know my job and what I need to do. Through experience, I've realized that getting caught up in that stuff takes focus away from my main task, which is driving as fast as possible." Despite the various activities during a race weekend, Ricciardo emphasizes that his primary goal is to push the car to its limits and improve its performance. "That's why we're here ultimately, to push the car to the limit and try to make it as good as it can be," he added. "This weekend, I'm excited to race at home and give it my all." Ricciardo's maturity and experience have taught him to maintain focus amid distractions and prioritize his performance on the track. Approaching his home race weekend, Ricciardo downplayed his quiet start to the 2024 season. He acknowledged being outperformed by his teammate Yuki Tsunoda in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia as RB aimed for their first points. "After the first 2 races, it hasn't been amazing, but it's not a concern," he remarked. "It's only 2 races out of 24, and there are many new faces in the team. It's still very early in the season. However, I definitely aim to have a strong weekend and perform well." Despite the initial setbacks, Ricciardo remains optimistic and focused on delivering a better performance in the upcoming race, eager to make an impact in front of his home crowd. Is the end of Ricciardo near? The former team owner talked about Ricciardo, saying, "I don't think there is a more loved personality in Formula One. He certainly has the best smile that I've ever seen in Formula One. He's a magic guy to have in the team." However, they also expressed concerns about his performance, stating, "But that doesn't give you the right to be the driver in the team, and I'm just worried that the end of the McLaren era was really something that stood out, and I couldn't see where he'd lost it. And there's been nothing since then that convinces me that I would want to invest my hard-earned sponsorship cash to keep Daniel." They emphasized that Ricciardo needs to improve, saying, "So he needs a result more than anyone, perhaps, and he needs to get it together because otherwise he is going to be replaced." The owner highlighted the importance of Ricciardo delivering better results to secure his place in the team. He can understand why he would be replaced because the performance is not just there. I mean, he shouldn't be spinning the car. He shouldn't be getting himself into outer sequence in a pit stop. That's all part. You don't see Max doing that. You don't see other people doing it. They pointed out specific performance issues, saying, "So Daniel, as much as we absolutely adore him and I think he's a huge asset for Formula One, the stopwatch, you always say David never lies. And the stopwatch in terms of Daniel, the question marks are out there." They mentioned the need for improvement, stating, "And people, when we see people like Oliver Bearman coming like the way he did, people like Daniel Ricciardo will have to look over his shoulders and say, how much time have I left here?" This is all about the importance of Ricciardo addressing his performance concerns to maintain his position in the sport. In the qualifying sessions in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, Ricciardo was beaten by his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Although in Bahrain, Ricciardo managed to finish ahead of Tsunoda, it was mostly because of a team decision. However, in Jeddah, Tsunoda finished ahead of Ricciardo, even though neither driver has scored any points yet. 2025 seat is a goal, not focus. Ricciardo believes that having a friendly rivalry with Tsunoda will make them both better competitors. He mentioned that their shared goal of returning to Red Bull is natural, but stated that it won't be a major focus for him throughout the year. "I think it's good to have that as a goal for both of us, it's natural," Ricciardo said before the start of the 2024 F1 season in Bahrain. He added, "It's nice for it to be somewhere towards the back of our head. But I think, on a positive note, that will bring out the best competitors in us and hopefully drive each other a little bit further." However, Ricciardo clarified that he doesn't approach each race thinking solely about returning to Red Bull. "But am I lining up on the grid thinking, oh, if I have a good race, I'm going to be in that seat? No, it's there as a goal, but it's not there as my focus." After spending 6 months on the sidelines due to a wrist injury during practice for the Dutch Grand Prix, Ricciardo had a start-stop return to F1 with the Anglo-Italian team in 2023. Now, gearing up for his first full-time season since 2022, he feels more prepared after a smooth off-season. Ricciardo emphasizes the importance of proper preparation, stating that you can't just jump in halfway through the season and expect to be fully ready. However, his experience of being dropped by McLaren and missing the first 10 races of 2023 has made him more relaxed about achieving his dream of returning to Red Bull. "I come into the season with the acknowledgement of, as quickly as I'm back, as quickly it can get taken away," he explained, highlighting his newfound perspective on his career's uncertainties. "I was asked before about my thoughts on getting back to the Red Bull seat, but I try not to think too far ahead," Ricciardo explained. "We're here now, and there's a job to do at the start of the season. Thinking beyond this week is a bit crazy." Reflecting on his experience of sitting out and losing a seat, he added, "And I think sitting out and losing a seat has given me that little bit of perspective, so you're not getting too far ahead, don't get too caught up in anything." Ricciardo emphasized that this mindset allows him to focus entirely on the present moment and not get distracted. "With that mindset, I'll be able to put everything into this given day and given time and not get distracted," he concluded, highlighting the importance of staying focused on the task at hand. So what do you think of Daniel Ricciardo being on the brink of losing his F1 seat? Comment below and subscribe for more.